good morning. Welcome back to Thailand. Welcome back to me, True Blue Thai. I hope you're doing well. I hope you can see me, Francis. It's a bit dark in the morning here in the morning. It is about 7:30 in the morning here in Thailand. So you can see this blue sky and a few clouds hanging around, but nothing worrying. The start of the rainy season, which is near enough rained every day. Rain hasn't materialised again. We've gone back to very hot weather, as you can see by my face and my exploits yesterday at the beach. So, for instance, I've got to head down to the beach today, so we can hunt down my where I hid my trainers and my shirt. So I'm getting a new Man City running shirt top tomorrow. Hopefully, it'll come tomorrow. So I was glad I didn't lose that one. Though my black running top, which I've lost, etc. I can't find at the moment. Mislaid, should I say? It's got a Man City badge on. It's a famous Man City badge. So it's yeah. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Manchester. Welcome back to Thailand. Welcome back to me. And wow, what a hell of a day! I'm sure other clubs have days where they don't talk about. They've got nothing to talk about. And Man City is just the opposite, totally opposite. In my guys, not only do we get Rayan Cherki in, which is like, oh my God, I don't know about you guys. When I was listening to LB, I was listening to We Are the South Stand, and there was no agreement in place. Then I was listening to LB, and suddenly, boom, there it was. And then suddenly we're plane tracking this German plane out of Frankfurt, and I went on Manchester radar, for instance, to see, what planes are leaving Stuttgart, because he was playing in Stuttgart. But everybody was saying it was on this flight. It was flights from Cologne into Manchester, and then there was flight from private jets, and there was flight from Frankfurt. So we ended up tracking this flight. So yeah, it was great to see. And there was a guy at the airport, Manchester Airport, yesterday, and he was. And I'd say, I know a lot of people, for instance, in the aviation business, because I used to work at Manchester Airport a lot and everything. So yeah, so I know this guy, and he had a perfect view of the plane, the German Embraer, what's it called? As it arrived. Unfortunately, we didn't quite see, for instance, who got off the plane, but we expected it was Turkey. And it was revealed yesterday that he wanted to come to Manchester on Sunday, even though France had to get a third place playoff against Germany. He wanted to come to Manchester on a Sunday. That's how desperate he was to get the deal through, which is brilliant, absolutely fantastic attitude. And so as soon as he got the green light, boom, on the plane. I think he's got to have, because the green light from. Or the here we go, as it were, and or when we gained it through, I think the keep was it who brought it first. He must have organised the plane. He must have known the deal was going through, because we didn't get because he was in Frankfurt on the plane coming to Manchester. So absolutely fantastic and great to see. And so for instance, another guy who is eager to play the Club World Cup. That's 3 players we've got in, all eager to play in the Club World Cup. So because right now there's a certain degree of pessimism, especially when you listen to Manuel Akanji about the Club World Cup, only find that, for instance, a lot of players are buzzing to play in the Club World Cup. And these 3 players are buzzing to play in the World Cup. So what does that tell you? But no, we didn't stop there, because we got a goalkeeper yesterday. For instance, a 33-year-old to replace Scott Carson. Thank you, Scott, by the way. I was with Typical City last night. Typical City. Manchester Evening News podcast, and they were not Typical City. Anyway, the Man City News podcast, and they were talking about how wonderful he was in the background, even though he's only played 2 games. He's won 4 Premier League titles. So yeah, but I believe he was a linchpin in the team, and I think he had a hand to calm the players down in the Champions League final, where he spoke. And he got up on to the guys and said, "Listen, we were on the way to the ground." And the guys looked a bit nervous and said, "Listen." And he reassured the guys by saying, "Well, whenever time I come to Istanbul, I always walk off with the Champions League." And it kind of like had a relaxing thing to the guys. So yeah, it's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. So God bless him, Scott. So well done. So yeah, and we had our first interview this morning, etc. with Nore. Just came, well, he just dropped last night, for instance, for me. I was, and it appears that he was really, really excited. He's been spoken to Riyad Mahrez. He wants to be the new Riyad Mahrez at City. I think he's taken over the 21 shirt. I'm not so sure about that. I wasn't going to talk about that, but I heard it. I heard what's it called, but I need to do more research again. 7 o'clock in the morning here in Thailand, 7:30. Anyway, so but he's delighted with his first interview coming to City. He wants to prove himself. He's spoken to his best mate, which happened to be Nunes, about playing at Man City. Because again, a lot of these players talk to other players before they, sign the dotted line. They do their own. Man City do their due diligence on the players, but the players do the diligence on Man City. So, for instance, and so it appears that, for instance, his best mate over was at Wolves was Nunes, and it appears that, so he's happy to hook back up with his mate. So, which is brilliant. So that's good. So it appears that Nunes has been talking us up, and so great. But yeah, really, really, really interesting. So that's a left back done, and it appears that we're backing for Wesley. Again, who's a right back, because I thought Man City will stop there and stop and go for, and looks like we're in for Wesley again. So, for instance, and negotiations are progressing, I believe. So that's another brilliant, superb. So we're not stopping. So we definitely won't be getting him. What's it called until after the Club World Cup? Now I think that'll be 4 players in. Brilliant, absolutely superb, and so well done. Other news, for instance, we had. I'm just winging it. I've been doing my research. I don't need to sit here with, even though I've got it here. Appears that, for instance, the internationals, guys, are still playing football. My God, don't they get a rest? For instance, Erling Haaland on the score sheet against for Norway against as they beat Estonia yesterday 1-0, and he was on the score sheet. Scored 42 goals in 44 appearances for Norway. Damn. He's getting fed the balls. He's probably getting fed the balls, Man City. So yeah, absolutely superb for Erling. Well done for Erling. Scored again. Oscar Bob came on, and then he was taken off in injury time. I am praying that's not nothing serious, and I think it was just tactical. I don't know. I need to look into that. So Oscar, I hope you're doing well. Really want to see you back at City next season and fighting for your place. You were the outstanding player. I got great faith in you, for instance, mate, and I don't want you to see leaving Man City. So I hope it's nothing serious. Why you got taken off for Norway. Josko Gavalio came on, I believe, for about an hour for Croatia. Josko, you need a rest, mate. You've been playing far too many games, and you're player of the season by far. So well done, Josko. And also, for instance, who else will play? Yeah, Belgium 4. Belgium 4, for instance, Wales 3. So that was a hell of a ding dong. I want to have a look at that one later. And we got on the score sheet with Kevin De Bruyne scoring the winner, I believe. And and then also Jeremy Doku scoring and setting up 61 up. Again, I still don't know the full story, just been what I've read. So Jeremy Doku and Kevin De Bruyne on the score sheets there. So well done to those guys cooking. Again, you guys need rest, so got a Club World Cup coming up, so I worry too much. It's next week, they got to fly. But nobody's going to be fatigued. I would say fatigued, as it were, out of shape because they've not stopped playing football. But we'll see anyway. So I think we got some relatively easy first 2 easy games at the Club World Cup. So, but we'll see. Really looking forward to the Club World Cup. I hope you are too. So because we got 3 guys there, for instance, signing, they can't wait to play. They're going back and saying, Tiana Reinders, I'm going to play in World Cup, yay! And Cherki. So, but absolutely fantastic. Right, okay, so let's just pop on. Yeah, Matthias Benettini, what's it called? Who's coming. Southampton, so who's going to be 33-year-old replacing Scott Carson. I hope we will have a Jimmy Doku, 90 minutes played, 68 minutes touches, 1 goal. 34 accurate passes, 92% passing accuracy. Whoa. 13 touches on the opposite box, 10 ground duels won, sorry, most, 7 recoveries. Oh, no, yeah, had a hell of a game. 5 successful dribbles, most, 4 fouls, most, 1 shot on target, 1 aerial duel, 1 big chance, 1 big chance created, and 1 pass. So they're well done. And so Kevin De Bruyne 1 goal. So yeah, as well. So well done, Kevin. Josko 90 minutes. He played 90 minutes. Damn, I thought he played for an hour. 68 touches, 1 assist. Josko, take your time. So yeah. Also, if I can find it, for instance, our boss has been in town, Manchester, getting an honorary doctorate by the University of Manchester, and there he was in his looking sharp and cool, etc., which is brilliant to see. And he says Valencia is his home. Valencia, no, Spain's his home, and but Manchester's taking him to his heart. And he's, and he said I even got used to the dark nights and the rain. So everybody mentions the rain. We'll probably get 2 new interviews today, for instance, with Rayan Cherki and Tiana Reinders, and I'm sure they'll mention the weather. God damn it. Unbelievable. So, so well done, boss. He looked absolutely sharp, sharp as a tack yesterday. Absolutely fantastic. So really, really happy for the boss. Looking amazing. What's it called? And getting an honorary doctorate by the University of Manchester. So fantastic. Thank you, University of Manchester. So he looked really, really good. And so well done to the boss. Right. Any other news? I think there was something I can't remember. Just so much news, Man City. Again, let me just have a quick look. I'm sure there was something I've missed already. So we've got 4 players in, 1 player out. Jack Grealish links as in. We'll see. Some Newcastle said they're not interested in Jack Grealish, so we'll see how that one progresses. But we'll have to wait until after the World Cup. The transfer window closes today at 7 p.m. UK time. Oh yeah, the Rayan Cherki deal. It appears that there was a pretty complicated deal. It appears that we've got to give a player to them for a loan, which is probably the reason why it all went through so awkwardly or so late. So it appears that, for instance, Manchester City have got to give a player, and it's a 35 plus 5 million, so it's total come out to about 40 million. So a lot of people moaning and groaning and saying, "Oh, why can't you just pay?" So it appears that it was not just about money. They've also got add-on, sell-on fees by Leon, so they've had a damn decent window. So they've got so the 20. I don't think the 22 million was never going to cut it. So, but it appears that, for instance, we've got to give them a we've got to give them a what's it called, a sell-on fee for them. So yeah, so again, for instance, am I bothered? No. I think this guy's absolutely going to cook in Manchester. I think the rival fans. I was looking at Alice Talks Football. She's crying. What's it called? Her flex. He was moaning, and United fans were moaning. The United stand. They're all moaning. How come Man City? And Liverpool fans moaning. For instance, what was that? That guy, for instance, Hussam or whatever, he was moaning. He was telling Man City to calm down, you frauds. Because he was trying to big up Verts and talk about his Rayan Cherki and over Verts, and you can tell they're rackled. You can tell. Alice Talks Football. What's it called? She's got the guts to come out and say, I'm naffed off. What's it called? But when you're looking at the others, etc., they always with that meow 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 meow. So yeah, absolutely. So, but no, absolutely fantastic. Really, really, really buzzing. Really made my day. I've got sunburn, so for instance, I've got to head down to the beach and try and find my trainers again today. But what's it called? But I can do it with a smile on my face, and I'm just waiting for the interviews. I'm sure we'll see Tiana Rangers today, maybe Cherki tomorrow. Absolutely fantastic. Going into the Club World Cup next week. So yeah, really, really buzzing, and everything's looking good and rosy in the garden, and all the doubting Thomases, and yeah, I was still confident Portugal, but you never know these things. But really, really good. Just said about player fatigue because they're playing. What's it called? But hopefully we'll have they'll have a good rest at Bristol after the Club World Cup's gone. Even if we get to the final, I think it'll still be weeks. They'll have 3 weeks, and they've got to by law to have a rest in which they deserved. But the team looking, and with the also the background getting 2 players now. We'll have 2 Peps now. And Johnny French from Liverpool as well. So we're getting 2 guys from Liverpool to help in the background stuff. So there's a refresh background stuff. There's a refreshing in the team. There's what's it called? This is how you run a football club. This is how you run a football club. 4 signings in, plus the first goal in January. So we are a team monitoring. We are a team going. We are a team going for it and saying we want our title back. Liverpool, we're coming for you. And regardless of and the other teams, regardless, they're going to sit there and moan and talk about 115 and everything else. But at the end of the day, the champions. There's a reason why we're the champions. Reason why we run by this. We've been winning. Because this team does not like to lose, just like me, and I think we want to come back with a bang. And I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to this one. So, guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you. I've still got probably a lot of things to talk about, but I know your time is busy. So I'm gonna love you. So I'm gonna have breakfast. I haven't had a shower or anything like that. You probably I gave up. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you. True Blue Tie from Thailand. Have a great day and great to be a blue. Sorry, eating cheese, man.